Imagine a historic pivot, a moment where two global powers, often viewed through a lens of cautious competition, suddenly embrace a new path of profound cooperation. That's precisely the seismic shift we're witnessing as China formally accepts a groundbreaking offer from England, or more accurately, the United Kingdom. This isn't just a diplomatic handshake, it's a strategic realignment that could redefine global trade, technological innovation, and even the future of international relations. But what does this really mean for Britain, for China, and for the world? Stick around, because the implications are far more profound than you might think. For years, the relationship between the United Kingdom and China has been characterized by a complex dance, a pursuit of economic opportunities tempered by geopolitical tensions and human rights concerns. Following the Golden Era, under former Prime Minister David Cameron, which saw a surge in Chinese investment, the relationship cooled considerably due to factors like increased scrutiny over Huawei's role in 5G networks, concerns over Hong Kong, and geopolitical competition. However, the world is constantly shifting. The UK, navigating its post-Brexit reality, has been actively seeking new trade relationships and investment partners globally. While transatlantic ties remain paramount, there's a clear recognition of the economic gravitational pull of the Indo-Pacific region, with China at its core. Consider some key drivers for this offer from the UK. Leaving the European Union necessitated a re-evaluation of the UK's global trade strategy. While deals with the US and other allies are pursued, the sheer scale of the Chinese market, the world's second-largest economy and a manufacturing powerhouse, makes it an undeniable target for growth. In 2023, China was the UK's fourth-largest trading partner, with total trade in goods and services amounting to around £111 billion. Any significant increase here would be a major win for the UK economy. The UK has faced various economic challenges, from inflation to slower growth. Attracting foreign direct investment, FDI, and opening new export markets are crucial for revitalization. Chinese investment into the UK, while subject to greater scrutiny, has historically been significant in infrastructure, technology, and real estate. In 2022, China's FDI stock in the UK was estimated at over £12 billion. Issues like climate change, pandemics, and global economic stability demand cooperation from major powers. Both the UK and China are permanent members of the UN Security Council and G20 nations. A more cooperative stance allows for greater leverage on these global issues. While the UK remains firmly aligned with its Five Eyes intelligence partners and NATO, a degree of strategic autonomy in foreign policy allows for a more flexible approach to engaging rising powers. This offer could be seen as a calculated move to balance alliances and create new avenues for influence. And why would China accept? For China, a deeper engagement with the UK also presents significant advantages. The UK remains a global financial hub, a leader in scientific research, education, and creative industries. Access to these sectors, particularly in areas like fintech, AI research, life sciences, and advanced manufacturing, is highly attractive to China's ambitions for high-quality development and technological self-reliance. While the UK has not formally endorsed the BRI, specific infrastructure or logistics collaborations could enhance China's global connectivity strategy in Europe. A more positive relationship with a leading Western democracy like the UK can enhance China's soft power, counter negative narratives, and demonstrate its willingness to engage constructively with diverse political systems. London's role as a global financial centre, handling significant amounts of renminbi trade and investment, makes it a valuable partner for China's goal of internationalizing its currency. The UK was the first major Western economy to join the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, a Chinese-led initiative. This acceptance isn't a sign of weakness from either side, but rather a pragmatic recognition of mutual benefit in a rapidly evolving geopolitical and economic landscape. It signals a potential pivot from antagonism to a more transactional, yet strategically significant, engagement. The most tangible and immediate impact of this accepted offer will be a significant reshaping of economic ties between the UK and China. We could be looking at a new, golden era, for trade and investment, albeit one built on different foundations than before. Expect a concerted push to increase UK exports to China, particularly in sectors where Britain has a strong competitive edge. London's expertise in fintech, green finance, and asset management is highly attractive. We could see expanded financial product offerings, greater ease of market access for UK firms in China, and potentially more Chinese financial institutions establishing a significant presence in London. The City of London has long been a hub for renminbi clearing outside of mainland China. Areas like aerospace components, specialized machinery, and automotive parts could see increased demand. Rolls-Royce, for instance, already has significant business in China's aviation sector. UK's world-class research and development in biotech, pharmaceuticals, and healthcare technology could find a massive market in China, especially as China's population ages and its healthcare demands grow. AstraZeneca, a UK-headquartered firm, is a major player in the Chinese market. Film, television, music, fashion, and gaming, sectors where the UK excels, could find new avenues for collaboration and market penetration. While already strong, student and tourist flows could see further encouragement, particularly if visa processes are streamlined and travel links are enhanced. Pre-pandemic, Chinese tourists were a major contributor to the UK economy. While the UK imports significant volumes of Chinese goods, this partnership could see a shift towards higher-value Chinese imports, such as electric vehicles, EVs, from companies like BYD or NIO, advanced electronics, and renewable energy components, aligning with the UK's green agenda. We could see a renewed, though more strategically guided, surge in Chinese FDI into the UK. Unlike previous eras, this will likely be concentrated in specific sectors deemed mutually beneficial and less sensitive to national security concerns. Investment in wind farms, solar projects, and electric vehicle charging networks, aligning with the UK's net zero targets. For example, China is the world's largest producer of solar panels. Joint ventures and investments in UK university research hubs, particularly in AI, biotechnology, and advanced materials. Investment into UK regions outside London, supporting levelling up agendas, particularly in manufacturing and logistics. British companies might find it easier to invest and operate in China, with improved market access, reduced regulatory hurdles, and stronger intellectual property protections. This could see more UK firms expanding their footprint in the Chinese market, especially in consumer goods, luxury brands, and financial services. However, this economic deepening won't be without its complexities. Both governments will maintain stringent review processes for investments in critical infrastructure and sensitive technologies. The UK's National Security and Investment Act will remain a key tool. Ensuring robust IP protection for UK firms operating in China will be paramount. While trade increases, there will also be a focus on diversifying supply chains to reduce over-reliance and enhance resilience, a lesson learned from recent global disruptions. Ensuring a level playing field for both UK and Chinese companies in each other's markets will be crucial. This isn't about unfettered economic engagement but a highly strategic and selective opening, aimed at maximizing mutual economic benefit while carefully managing risks. The aim is to create a more resilient, diversified, and strategically beneficial economic relationship. Beyond traditional trade, the offer likely includes a significant component on technological collaboration, an area where both the UK and China possess considerable strengths. This could be a game changer for innovation, particularly in the fields of artificial intelligence and green technologies. The UK is a world leader in AI research, with top universities like Oxford and Cambridge producing groundbreaking work. China, meanwhile, has massive datasets and rapid deployment capabilities. We could see more joint research centers, talent exchange programs, and co-development of AI applications in areas like healthcare diagnostics, smart logistics, and urban management. Both nations are grappling with the ethical implications of AI. This partnership could lead to shared dialogues and potentially even collaborative frameworks for AI governance, aiming to set international standards. While sensitive areas like core 5G networks might remain restricted, there could be collaboration in other digital infrastructure projects, such as data centers, cloud computing services, and secure digital trade platforms. This would aim to enhance digital connectivity and support e-commerce between the two countries. Both London and major Chinese cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen are fintech powerhouses. This partnership could foster cross-border innovation in areas like blockchain for finance, digital payments, and regulatory technology, RegTech. The UK has ambitious net zero targets and significant offshore wind expertise. China is the world's largest manufacturer of solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles. This presents enormous opportunities for collaboration, potential for Chinese companies to establish green tech manufacturing bases in the UK, creating jobs and strengthening supply chains for renewable energy components. UK companies could provide consultancy and engineering services for China's rapidly expanding offshore wind sector, while Chinese firms could invest in UK projects. Deeper collaboration on EV battery technology, charging infrastructure, and the development of next-generation electric vehicles. The UK has a burgeoning EV manufacturing sector, and Chinese battery giants like CATL could play a role. Shared expertise in urban planning, waste management, pollution control, and sustainable agriculture. This could involve joint pilot projects in eco-cities or technology transfer for environmental remediation. Ensuring robust data protection frameworks and addressing concerns over state access to data will be paramount for any digital collaboration. While China has made strides in IP protection, this remains a concern for many Western companies. Clear agreements and enforcement mechanisms will be vital. Both nations have controls on the export of sensitive technologies. Collaboration will need to respect these national security parameters, focusing on mutually beneficial and non-sensitive areas. Despite the challenges, the potential for a synergistic approach to technological development, especially in areas vital for the future economy and environmental sustainability, is immense. This could position both the UK and China at the forefront of global innovation. Perhaps the most complex aspect of this accepted offer lies in its geopolitical implications. This move by the UK and China doesn't happen in a vacuum. It will send ripples through existing alliances and shift perceptions of global power dynamics. The UK is a core member of the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and has a special relationship with the United States. This deepened engagement with China will undoubtedly raise questions and potentially concerns among these allies. The UK will have to skillfully reassure its traditional partners that this economic engagement does not compromise shared security interests or values. While the UK is no longer part of the EU, it remains a key NATO member. NATO has increasingly identified China as a systemic challenge. The UK's pivot will require careful diplomacy to ensure its actions align with the broader strategic objectives of the alliance, particularly regarding critical infrastructure and technological security. The UK has articulated a tilt towards the Indo-Pacific. This partnership with China could be seen as a way to enhance the UK's presence and influence in the region, leveraging economic ties to complement its security and diplomatic efforts. However, it also means navigating the sensitivities of regional players like India, Japan, and Australia, who have their own complex relationships with China. Splitting Western unity. From Beijing's perspective, a closer relationship with a major Western power like the UK could be seen as a way to potentially weaken the unity of the US-led alliance system and demonstrate that engagement is possible despite ideological differences. A more cooperative relationship with the UK lends further legitimacy to China's global initiatives and its role as a responsible major power, countering narratives of isolation or confrontation. The UK's extensive network of cultural institutions, its prestigious universities, and its democratic values offer a unique avenue for China to engage with and learn from Western soft power mechanisms, even as it promotes its own. One of the most persistent challenges will be the ongoing tension surrounding human rights issues in China, particularly regarding Xinjiang and Hong Kong. The UK government faces strong domestic pressure to uphold its values. The offer implies a new framework for engagement, which might include more private discussions and diplomatic channels to raise concerns. Maintaining engagement on economic and climate issues while continuing to voice concerns on human rights through multilateral forums or targeted sanctions where appropriate. Prioritizing cooperation in areas like climate change or global health where shared interests are undeniable, while acknowledging differences elsewhere. This geopolitical dance will be delicate, requiring constant communication and strategic nuance from both sides. The accepted offer represents a calculated risk and a potential recalibration of the global chessboard, demonstrating a pragmatic shift in how major powers interact in the 21st century. So, what does this groundbreaking acceptance of England's offer truly portend for the future? The path ahead is filled with immense opportunities, but also significant challenges that both nations will need to navigate with foresight and strategic acumen. For the UK, this could unlock significant economic growth, boosting exports, attracting high-quality investment, and creating jobs in key sectors. For China, it provides access to advanced technologies, world-class financial services, and a strategic entry point into European markets. Collaborative research and development, particularly in AI, biotechnology, and green technologies, could lead to scientific breakthroughs and commercial applications that benefit both societies and address global challenges. A more cooperative relationship between two permanent UN Security Council members can significantly bolster efforts to combat climate change, prevent pandemics, and foster global economic stability. For the UK, it diversifies its economic partnerships post-Brexit. For China, it diversifies its access to advanced economies and technological expertise beyond just the US. This builds greater resilience for both. Despite political differences, deeper engagement can foster greater mutual understanding, cultural exchange, and people-to-people ties, which are vital for long-term peaceful coexistence in an interconnected world. The fundamental challenge will be maintaining a robust relationship with China while managing potential friction with core allies, particularly the United States, who may view this pivot with skepticism. The UK will need to clearly articulate its strategy. Balancing economic pragmatism with the UK's commitment to human rights and democratic values will be a constant tightrope walk. Public and parliamentary scrutiny will be intense. Guarding against intellectual property theft, cyber espionage, and undue influence in critical infrastructure will require vigilance and robust security frameworks. The sheer economic scale of China means the UK must ensure it enters partnerships on equitable terms, protecting its strategic interests and avoiding over-reliance. Any perceived concessions or failures to address contentious issues could lead to significant domestic political opposition in the UK. Future geopolitical shocks or economic crises could rapidly alter the dynamics of this burgeoning partnership, requiring constant adaptation. This accepted offer is not a simple transaction, it's a profound strategic recalibration. It suggests a future where pragmatic cooperation, driven by mutual economic and strategic interests, may increasingly define relations between major powers, even amidst ideological differences. The world will be watching to see if this new chapter ushers in an era of opportunity, or if the underlying tensions prove too great to overcome. The implications for the global order are undeniable. So, what's your take on this historic development between China and England? Do you see it as a bold new beginning, or a risky gamble? How do you think it will impact global trade, technology, or even geopolitical stability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We love hearing your perspectives. And if you found this deep dive insightful, please hit that like button, share this video with anyone who needs to understand these complex dynamics, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of the stories shaping our world. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next crucial update. Thanks for watching.